Good morning. Good morning. I am so excited to talk with you this morning about prayer. I think this is the glue that will keep everything together throughout the day if we do this. And I don't know about you, but I kind of took the dictionary's version or the dictionary's definition of what prayer is, and kind of have put that into practice over the course of my life, which is supplication, asking for things, asking for help, those kinds of prayers. And I'm thankful. Sure, I'm going to put some thanks in there and some worship. So 2, 3, and 4, I'm pretty good at, and that's really what the dictionary definition of prayer is. But I want to go into a little bit bigger detail because I think it's important for us to put all of this into our daily prayer. Okay, you ready? Stick with me on this because this is important. In Matthew 6, Jesus teaches us how to pray. He gives us the Lord's Prayer. I memorized the Lord's Prayer. I know the Lord's Prayer. But I don't think that I ever really applied all of the principles in the Lord's Prayer to my life until I started to really get obsessed with God's opinion. So, what is it that we want to be doing? Well, the first thing, the most important thing, is that we need to be coming to Him in faith. James 1:6 talks about having no doubt. When you come to Him, you bring no doubt. You don't want to be like a wave being tossed to and fro, not really sure of whether or not you really believe it or not being hot and cold and thinking, oh, I don't know, maybe I believe, maybe I don't, You want to have that complete and total faith. Worship, thanksgiving, request. I think we got that one. We know that one. That's what we do pretty much on a regular basis. Praise you, God. Thank you, God. I need this, God, right? But 5 and 6, intercession and forgiveness, are so, so important in this whole process. Intercession is standing in the gap for those who are being deceived by the enemy, who are in bondage from the enemy, who have no idea what truth really is because they are blinded by the deception. Okay, these are situations, maybe people who are in financial bondage, or who are depressed, people who are living a life of sexual immorality, or who are addicted to drugs or alcohol. All of these things, and there's more probably that I'm not mentioning, but all of these things, we want to stand in the gap for our leaders, for other people who may be in bondage and don't realize it. And we want to bring about change. And that's how we do it, through prayer, through asking God to intercede. We also want to have forgiveness. We not only want to ask forgiveness for our shortcomings, but we also want to ask for forgiveness and blessing on our enemies. Yeah, that's a hard one for me. Praying for people and asking for blessing for people who don't like you, or who you don't like so much, or people who have been mean to you, or people who have it out for you, or haters, as we call them, we need to be praying for them as well. That's an important one. Jesus told us, pray for your enemies, bless them. Consecration and agreement. We want to come before God every single day. We want to pick up our cross daily, which is deny yourself. Pick up your cross daily, die to self daily, and follow God. So we want to say, you know what? Whatever I am, whoever I am, whatever I have belongs to you. And I want you to work through me in any way that you see fit for your purpose. Bringing that and doing that on a daily basis. And then standing in agreement with another person. This is one where I need a little bit of work on, because we need to reach out and find people on a daily basis where we can connect and pray together and stand in agreement on everything that we are praying for and praying about. So faith is number one. And how do you increase your faith? You ask God for wisdom. You ask God, how do I increase my faith? Ask Him. He will show you. He will give you little steps so that you can increase your faith. Worship, thanksgiving, and requests. I think we got those, right? Intercession and forgiveness. Stand in the gap for people who are in bondage. Ask for forgiveness, not only for yourself, but for those that, you don't like so much or who don't like you. Pray for your haters. Make sure you're bringing and giving and reminding yourself that everything you have, everything you are, everything around you is God's, and you want to return it back to Him on a daily basis. You want to give it back to Him on a daily basis and ask Him to work through you. And then find someone to stand in agreement with. Find someone who will pray with you and will stand in agreement with you. Here's a tip for you. I took these things, these 8 things, and I write them down in my journal. And then when I go to pray, I actually write out my prayer so that I include all 8 things. I hope that's helpful for you. I hope that you find blessing in this message today. God does the how, you do the do. Make it a great day, and I'll see you again on Monday.